Hello, my name is Mark D, and welcome to guitar lesson number 4 for beginners. We're going to go over a few chords that we went over with the first 3 lessons. First one is the G chord. Second one is G7. Remember, with the G and G7, we strum from the D string down, or 4th string down. G, G7. Then it was C. Then E minor, then D7. Here's a chord progression you could use for these chords that we just went over, that were given in the first 3 lessons. G, 2, 3, G7, and C, and G. Minor, and D7, and G, G7, C, 2, 3, G, E minor, D7, G. If that was too much or went too fast, take 2 chords at a time, like the first 2 chords, G and G7, and just strum them 1, 2, 3, G7, then G, then G7, G, and G7. Then add G7 and C. C. Good. G7 and C. G7, C. Now let's add those 3. G, G7, and C. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Then C, then G, G7, C. Okay, a couple things. Make sure you're getting on top of the string and pushing down just hard enough for it to sound nice. That's on all the chords. Don't try to push your fingers all the way through the fingerboard, because that's going to cause issues not only with your guitar but with your hands and fingers too. So you just want to push down just hard enough for it to ring. Let's try that with the E minor. Let's go G to E minor. 1, 2, 3, E minor. And that might be a little troublesome. That's okay. G, E minor, G, E minor, G, E minor, G. Cool. All right, along with the review of the chords, let's do a new chord today. Let's do the D chord. I showed you D7. We're going to do D. So you can take your first finger, put it on the G string, 2nd fret, middle finger, E string, 2nd fret, and your ring finger on the B string, 3rd fret. Make sure your wrist is out and get on top of those strings. The hardest one is the middle finger, because you got to push down on that string, but also the ring finger tends to lean back down and touch it. So that's why you want to get the wrist out. Not like over exaggerated, but just enough to get the fingers right on top of the strings. And then strum 4. And to practice that, just try doing that and then add your pinky on the 3rd fret E string. There you go. 3rd fret E string. So then go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. This is good coordination for this chord. Also, let's do it with the D, and then add your pinky, which is actually the D suspended 4. And then we're going to take the middle finger off, lift it up, and that's called D sus2. So we're going to go D, D sus4, and D sus2. So it's D, D sus with 4, that's D with pinky, and then take your pinky off, strum that D, and then take your middle finger off. Now they sound a little familiar, I think. Yeah. D, D sus 4, that's D with pinky. Do that twice. Take your pinky off. Now take your middle finger off. There you go. Again, D, D with pinky. Play it twice. That's D sus 4. Take your pinky off. Back to your D chord. And then take your middle finger off. There you go. So it's a little free falling a little bit. Okay, there you go. So we got the review of all the chords we know, where it's G, G7, C, E minor, D7, and then the new chord, D chord, with a couple extras, D sus4 and D sus2. Happy playing, enjoy, and please subscribe and hit the like button. And also, put a comment on there if any suggestions. Would love to hear them. Put on your suggestions, bad or good. I'll take the bad ones too. That's how you learn. Be good and keep playing. Thank you.